Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Today we're checking out top 10 British sci-fi movies.
Set phases to fun. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 British sci-fi movies.
Alien is British?
Before we begin, if you enjoyed this video,
Really?
be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we've looked at all science fiction movies with strong British connections, and particularly those with British writers, producers or directors.
Okay.
International collaborations
That's a
are
great
fair
film.
game, but our picks will be ranked according to the strength of British influence, as well as the quality and popularity of the film.
Okay.
As always, there's only one entry per franchise.
Ex Machina is British?
Number 10, Ex Machina. The directorial debut of British novelist and screenwriter Alex Garland, Ex Machina tells the story of a promising young programmer Caleb, who's invited to the remote headquarters of famed AI pioneer Nathan Bateman. But things take a turn for the worse when Caleb begins to develop feelings for his robotic companion, which prompts a tense and thoughtful reflection on human character and its potential future. Bolstered by a trio of tremendous performances and a sharp script, Ex Machina is an understated gem.
Interesting. I wouldn't consider this film British, but I guess the screenwriter was British, so that makes it British. It's a British story. I'm predicting now that number 1 will be Star Wars, because I know that was made at Pinewood Studios in Britain, right? One per franchise. Maybe it's Empire Strikes Back. That was a better movie. I don't know. Let's see what they say.
Number 9, Quatermass and the Pit. A film retitled in America as 5 Million Miles to Earth, this third entry in the Quatermass canon was based on the 1950s television series of a similar name. Centered on its titular scientist Bernard Quatermass, the story revolves around the discovery of a 5 million-year-old spacecraft which holds a rather sinister secret concerning the history of human evolution. Produced by Hammer, a company best known for its legendary horror flicks, it retains some classic Hammer traits: high production value, fun performances, and genuinely interesting ideas.
It looks like a good film. I've never seen it. I've never heard of it. Great premise, though. I'd like to check that out. Quatermass and the Pit. What a name. What was it renamed as in America?
A film retitled in America as 5 Million Miles to Earth, this
5 Million Miles to Earth. Okay.
Number 8, Under the Skin.
Never heard of it. Oh,
With Scarlett Johansson in this movie's mysterious lead role, Under the Skin is an unconventional but brilliant modern classic. Johansson's character, an unnamed alien creature of some kind, stalks the streets of Scotland, seducing men before ensnaring and consuming them in a rather creepy lair.
Cool.
With an unpredictable narrative, the film combines haunting imagery, an unsettling soundtrack, and enchanting performances to tell a surprisingly poignant story.
Oh, I have to see that. That looks good. That looks creepy. Whoa. I love the music, just a little bit that I heard there. Great soundtrack, I bet. Super creepy. Under the Skin. I gotta remember that. Under the Skin.
Number 7, Moon.
I've heard of it, I've not seen it.
Co-written and directed by Duncan Jones, son of David Bowie, Moon is an inventive tour de force. Following a lonely engineer on a mission to harvest fuel from the moon, the movie chronicles his final 2 weeks on the job, as he makes a disturbing discovery about the nature of his work. Featuring a career-defining turn by Sam Rockwell, it'll warm and break your heart in equal measure. Packed with intriguing ideas, unexpected plot twists, and a palpable atmosphere, Moon swaps flashy visuals for something more cerebral, and it's awesome.
I love the idea of swapping flashy visuals for something more cerebral. I like that. I've heard of this film, but I've not seen it because I heard it wasn't that great. But I do love Sam Rockwell. He's an excellent actor. I gotta check Moon out. Gotta see that.
Number 6, Sunshine. As the rapidly dying sun threatens to engulf the Earth in an icy darkness, humanity's last hope is the crew of the Icarus II, who plan to reignite the fading star by firing a nuclear missile into its core. Director Danny Boyle drew inspiration from the likes of Solaris and 2001: A Space Odyssey, and this movie pays homage with tense sci-fi action, dazzling visuals, and existential themes to create something truly special. True to tradition, but unique in its own right, Sunshine is a must-watch for any sci-fi fan.
Wow, come to think of it, I think I have heard of this, but I've never seen it. Looks like it was directed by Danny Boyle. He did Slumdog Millionaire, I think, which was great. He knows how to tell a story, and he's British. I gotta check it. I gotta start writing these down. Sunshine. Moon and Sunshine made it onto the list.
Number 5, Brazil.
Ah, is that Terry Gilliam?
Set in an Orwellian future, average Joe and office worker Sam Lowry is caught in the middle of an innocent clerical error which sets a deadly series of events in motion. A satirical jab at pretty much everything society has to offer, Brazil is subversive and imaginative in a way that only director Terry Gilliam can pull off. Brilliantly written with visuals that are at once gorgeous and grotesque, the movie is a biting commentary on the state of the world, using its unique sense of humour to further drive the point home.
I've heard of Brazil, and I've never seen it. Gotta write that down too. Terry Gilliam, he does have a great sense of humor, the only American member of Monty Python. I do like Terry Gilliam's movies, they're really weird. I gotta check out Brazil. Yo, I'm surprised that there are so many on this list that I've not seen. I call myself a movie fan, but here I am, not watching movies.
Number 4, A Clockwork Orange.
Classic.
It might not be the first film that comes to mind when thinking of sci-fi classics,
That's
but
what I was
Stanley
just
Kubrick's
thinking.
controversial masterpiece makes expert use of its futuristic dystopian backdrop. Following the unhinged gangster Alex as the government tries to cure him of his disturbing behaviour, A Clockwork Orange examines morality, free will, and authority. Raising countless questions, Kubrick leaves the audience to mull over what they've seen, rather than giving outright answers. A film which was banned on initial release, that move only increased its appeal, reinforcing its central themes.
Yeah, I've heard that shooting this scene with those things in his eyes actually tore his cornea. Ugh. But yeah, like you said, I don't usually consider this a sci-fi film, but I guess technically it is. It takes place in the future. I think Kubrick did a really great job of making it sort of a relatable vision of the future. Great movie. There's one that I've seen, y'all. Hey!
Number 3, Children of Men.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Set almost 2 decades after humanity is plagued by mass infertility, our next film paints a world which has crumbled into chaos. But when Clive Owen's Theo learns of a miraculous pregnancy, he endeavours to help the teenage mother. Children of Men is arguably director Alfonso Cuarón's greatest achievement, towing the line between being incredibly bleak but also offering hope. The movie's stellar cast, social commentary, and intense action scenes that are all shot in one take add up to create a truly unforgettable film.
That scene is crazy. They're basically being chased down and attacked in the car. The cinematographer is the guy who works with Inarritu. He's the GOAT cinematographer. Not Roger Deakins, though. What's his name? Lubetsky. Emmanuel Lubezki. Yes. Amazing cinematographer. One of the best. Great film, Children of Men. What a great idea. I don't really think of this as sci-fi either, but I guess it is. Interesting. Great film. Another one I've seen. Yay.
Number 2, Alien.
Oh, yeah.
A pop culture mainstay, English director Ridley Scott's 1979 classic is a standard bearer for sci-fi. Tracking the crew of Nostromo as they attempt to escape the clutches of the movie's eponymous alien, this film pummeled us with iconic scenes. Building tension from its opening moments, it's a tale of extraterrestrial horror, corporate corruption, and human evolution, and it still scares just as effectively. Whether you want a smart concept or you're just along for the blood-drenched thrill ride, Alien has you covered.
What an amazing film. Alien. So good. So well done. I saw in another video, I think, where the scene where the alien pops out of the guy's stomach, that the crew didn't know, the other actors didn't know that was going to happen. So the reactions you're seeing are real. Look at Tom Skerritt's face. It was pretty convincing. What's his name? Harry Dean Stanton. He doesn't seem too concerned. There's a museum around here, the Academy Museum, I think. And in there is one of the alien heads. And it's really unimpressive. It's like, you could see the plastic, like it looks pretty boring, but I guess with the lighting and that liquid stuff flowing around, they used KY jelly, by the way. Movie magic makes it look amazing. Who's number 1?
Number 1, 2001, A Space Odyssey.
Yes. Deserves it.
It's one of the most referenced and critically acclaimed movies in the history of cinema,
Yes.
and it's had a lasting impact on sci-fi storytelling.
That's true.
2001 explores the various pitfalls of mankind's rapidly advancing technology, and there is a small irony in its use of game-changing special effects to achieve a lasting legacy. But there's no doubting
Brilliant.
it's a feast for the eyes, as Stanley Kubrick, supported by Arthur C. Clarke, once again bucked traditional Hollywood trends to create something which is scary, trippy, insightful, moving, and entirely unparalleled.
This is one of my favorite films. I watch it probably a couple times a year, and I love it every time. It's very different. It has different sections. It doesn't follow a normal narrative. It's great, though. I love it. Yeah, this is a fitting number one. I'm surprised Star Wars didn't make the list. It's just as British as this, right? There are some YouTube videos out there about how they did the special effects for this film, and it was totally revolutionary. You know, this inspired Star Wars. This inspired probably every sci-fi film after it, every space film for sure. And I love the music in this film. The Ligeti. There's a is it George something Ligeti. He's a composer. There's some choir stuff going on, and it's so chilling. They're going, "Whoa!" It sends chills down my spine every time I hear it. It's, oh. So I have 5 films to watch, y'all. Under the Skin, Moon, Sunshine, I can't read my own writing, Brazil, Something Man, and The Pit. Quartermass and The Pit, and Brazil. I'm excited. There are a lot of great films that didn't make this list that I would consider British, though. Well, great video. Thank y'all for watching it with me, and I'll see you next time. Later.